says, I'm the biggest on the app, I've got the most numbers. Well, yeah, you've got the most people coming forward as well. So it's
what do you mean?
Once you're done, once you've been dissected, we'll move on to someone else.
You've been on me for a few days now, though, no?
A few days? Is that a long time, is it? I've been sat in my hot tub in the day. You only come on at 11:30. You ain't been on yet.
Yeah.
He's been building momentum.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like it.
Can I ask you a question,
Carl? Can I ask you a question? Why, when did your view on me change? When you were quite happy to sit there asking, like, you know, as I say, because you were coming in my live. You were like sat chatting in the comments, sat doing whatever you're doing, and you were, you know, as I say, it might not have been messy.
Can I just say, as a smaller creator, if you even want to call me that, on the app, yes, I did used to do Carl Pilkington stuff. Yes, it's still going on. It's not on this account. Okay, to bring up me going into someone's live and talking to them as a caught you out sort of scenario, or I've got an agenda behind what I'm doing. That's not the case. The amount of creators lives I've been in the past X amount of months, spoke to them in the comments. It doesn't mean anything. I've not got a vendetta against DG. I've not got a vendetta.
But you were in the comments, and you did. You know, you had been in my box, and I had been in your live.
As I do with a lot of creators, I'll jump in and put that fist emoji, as in to say, all right, how's it going? And if you want to take that as some sort of, I don't know, we've got a friendship for ages and I've turned on you, then take it as it is. But I've just seen you for what you are. I've sat and I've watched. I didn't see it at first, but I've sat and I've watched these people gifting you constantly, these Crashleys gifting you constantly, these Freds. Granted, Fred's got a bit of money, but what's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? That's the act.
To Crashly, I'm sorry for bringing your name up. Fred as well. It was in the moment. It wasn't professional of me to throw names out there of people who I think are not in the best positions. But in the spirit of the moment, I said the names. But again, that's the first time I've been in a live with that many people, and it's in the moment. I'm not trying to justify why did I wear it. I did it. I'm sorry. If you get any backlash from it, or if you feel down about me saying it, that wasn't the intentions. The intentions were just to say that I have seen this and this is who it is, but I shouldn't have said who it is. I should have just left it as I have seen this.
No, do people, is it a gift?
That's the app.
In all fairness, Karma, Fred's always supported DG from day one.
Fred may have been a bad example because of his financial situation, but
yeah, but where's the limit though? Because the amount he's gifting is a hell of a lot. Aren't you ready to say to him now? Listen, you personally have done enough. Why do you want?
Can you not say that to Tommy T?
No, Tommy T's a multi-millionaire, love, and he doesn't gift the excess that Fred does. He gives me the odd thing here or there. He's not like Fred. So isn't there a point where you say to Fred, listen,
a lot of the app. He supports a lot of the app.
No, but listen, isn't there a point where you say to Fred, let me speak. It's intellectual, understand if your brain works. So isn't there a point now when Fred's like 300,000, 400,000 pounds deep invested in you to say, listen, you've got your own future to think of as well. You've done well enough for me. Can you just think about yourself a bit and hold off a little bit, because it is a lot of money to be coming from one person. I understand a community and people who will club together, what have you. But when it comes to an individual spending that much money, when does the point become to stop for them and their life?
Okay. So Tommy T supports a lot of people on the app, yeah? So why don't you slide into Tommy and say...
What you're doing here, DG... Sorry, mate.
Listen, it was my turn to reply to you. You don't have to butt in a sec, just while I finish.
Yeah, but what you're doing is deflecting.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you.
You've been called out on
asking me.
something, and the first thing you've said is, "What about Tommy T?" So you've acknowledged the situations, right? And you've also pointed to someone else to say,
Right, what's going to happen now with what we're watching? Granted, a lot of you have seen this before. That's why you were to have the outcome of what I said in it. But there is people that didn't see the live as well, and there's points which I wasn't able to get across in the live that other people were. So if they want to cover this, maybe it's tomorrow's news, maybe it's yesterday's news, maybe no one cares about it in 2 days. But for me to get my point across, I need to do this. I was not able to do it in the moment. Now, what's going to happen moving forward with this is DG's been called out about someone, and the first thing he does is say, well, you've got this person. Instead of accepting what's happened and discussing that, it's all finger pointing. It's all, well, you've done this, or well, you've done that. It's pushing. Everything's pushing the blame somewhere else. And it goes on from here. You'll see it happen.
"Well, you're doing it, so I'll keep doing it." That's basically what you just said.
No,
Yes, it
let
is.
me finish what I'm saying then.
That's what you
Right.
said.
So see, Fred, you've just said Fred, you know, his financial situation, he must have. How do you know how much?
Someone's put EQ does the same if EQ does do the same, then the same will happen. It's what it is. I don't have a favourite. I don't have an agenda where I'm just going after an individual, but things have to happen one by one. Understand that. Things have to happen one by one. Okay, so if you're saying, why aren't you going after Diadra? Why aren't you going after EQ? Why aren't you going after all these people? Let's just start somewhere, and then we can move on from that. There doesn't have to be an end result here where something happens to DG. That's not what the end result needs to be. It's awareness, potentially helping someone who's suffered from this issue, and then we move on. And that's it. That's as it goes. So DG will be back tomorrow doing whatever he's doing. I'm not going to try and stop that. I'm not going to try and get in the way. I'm not going to troll. I'm not going to do anything. But awareness, move on. That's it.
The guy's got, or how much do you think? Right.
Well, how much is he thinking?
Also,
I never said it was about how much. I said, don't you think he's done enough? And you could actually say at this stage now, you know, to like think about his own future and his own old age, because money doesn't last forever, and the amount he's given you, it's not going to last very long. So
yeah, because Fred gifts his. Well, I assume he supports me the most out of it. He's not like a Tommy T who supports everybody. Whereas so realistically, Tommy T supports a lot of people.
but this is deflection. You won't answer what I've said about your gift there. You're deflecting onto something else.
Let me finish.
It's not
So
about
because
finishing because you're deflecting. That's what you're doing.
Tommy T
Talking
is the
about
same
Tommy
gift level
T.
as Fred.
No, but I've
Tommy
asked
T
you
is
about
the game.
your. I've asked you about yours.
Yes, and I'm gonna reply.
No,
with
this isn't a
Tommy T
reply
is-
though.
God,
It's not a
you
reply. You
talk.
just
If you let me
because
finish
you're.
it, if you let me
I'll
finish
mute,
it.
but you are deflecting.
Okay, so Tommy T is the same gifter level as Fred, but because Fred just supports me and like that, and Tommy T will support everybody. So it looks like whatever. It doesn't just support me, but he supports me a lot compared to how much he'll support. Whereas in Tommy T spreads his support out, so there's no difference, but he just spreads his support out.
Have you ever reached out to that Fred and said,
Yes.
"Are you all right? No, wait. Are you all right at home? Is everything all right? Have you got a problem? Is something
Yeah.
going on?" You've reached out to him and said that.
Yes. And I have and I'm not going to mention names because I don't know, and I have, and like you can ask Maxine, or like you can ask Gaynor, or like you can ask anybody who unusually gifts that I don't notice that they're gifting. And I always say it on my live, anyone who is unusually gifting, I have messaged them and said, I've noticed you're gifting slightly, different than what you usually give. Please make sure you're okay. And I can prove this right now with dates, with everything. If I notice somebody is unusually gifting, I will message them and say, please make sure you're okay, and make sure that you're not gifting more than you can afford. And that's even if I'm going for number one, number anything. I would much rather that person be financially stable and not doing this because of a number.
That's just something you do to reel them in even further.
If this is correct, what DG's saying, then good stuff. If this is what you were doing moving forward, good stuff. That's what should be done. Okay, that's what should be done. And if someone at the top is saying, I do this, this is what awareness is. If someone at the top is saying, I will message someone to ask them if everything's okay because they're gifting a bit much, then someone lower down the pecking order is going to think, well, if him at the top does this, I should be doing that. And that's how it is. You should be leading by example.
Me twice a week.
What else can I do? What else can I do? Do you want me to go to their house and fucking
That's just reeling them in even further.
Can I just quickly say something? Kamikaze, is that your name, right? I just feel like you're going for the big creators for one reason only, and that's the views, right? You're going for the big.
I'm definitely not going to creators just for views for myself. Okay, you're going to see later on in this video that other people are going to come in the box and accuse me of doing this, right? This is someone who is doing a drama live, okay? So they're capitalising on drama. Just remember that. It fits their agenda if this happens, okay? It fits their agenda if this happens. I am not doing this for myself. If I get a platform off the back of it, then awareness is being done, isn't it? It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Or should I start a new account up and have no followers on it and put a video up which is not going to hit any algorithm and just keep putting videos up, getting 0 views, 10 views? Should I just do it that way? Or should I try and get some eyes on awareness? I don't know. You tell me. You're probably going to say set a new account.
Wait, man, let me finish. Number 2, I think there's a bit of jealousy there. Yeah. Number 3, EQ was close to GG not so long ago, and that's what you do. EQ. You know, you fall out with someone, next minute you're throwing them under the bus. Yeah. So you do play a game on here, and then you got the John Chelsea. What about John Chelsea? Who was that? That was gifting you quite a lot. EQ. Did you message them?
Deflecting.
So there you go.
Responsibility.
Well, you know he can't answer for himself, so you've had to jump in. So you're deflecting the conversation onto me. We've asked DG a question. You're not allowing him to answer.
The thing is, you are playing a game. You were supporting DG not so long ago, and now that you've had a fallout with him, is now you're throwing him under the bus. When you've got big gifters, do you message your big?
Play into your deflection.
Oh, it's not your responsibility.
Conversation.
You take no responsibility who gifts me. So what's the
deflection.
Angie, just to answer your question or accusation, whatever it was, can't understand what you're saying. Why I'm coming after big creators? If I highlight what someone's doing and they've got a big audience, that's more people listening, more people seeing. It's more vulnerable people coming forward. I might have got people coming out saying, yeah, he's done this, yeah, he's done that, or he scammed me for this, or he did that. If I go for someone who's got 10 people in the live, it's not going to have an effect, is it?
You might do it in front of 7.5 now.
What?
I want you to expose me in front of 7,500.
I know people. What you want, DG, but in the real world, you don't always get what you want when you want. Okay. Remember that.
Everyone follow Kamikaze so you get to see.
What about Kamikaze, whatever your name is? What about the creators that do have mental health? What about them that you're attacking, the big creators? What about their mental health?
So you're saying if you have mental health, that's a get out of jail free card?
So I'm gonna say it now. While there's a few people in here, the other day I did go after G Crew on this. I put a video up, recording of one of his lives where I seen what I thought and what other opinions thought was manipulation. And I did not fully understand what G Crew was going through because I don't follow G Crew. Okay, if something's highlighted to me, I do FYP, like an FYP show. So all the clips from the day, I'll just go through them. And there was a G Crew one, and from the outlook, it looked like it was manipulation. further inspection, and from what's happened today, I understand that he was in a vulnerable position at the time, and I was wrong. I was wrong for saying what I said to G Crew. Okay, I'll just wear it. I was wrong for what I said. So
don't have mental health.
Oh,
I'm happy.
DG, I'm not saying you have mental health.
You're talking about vulnerable people.
Yeah. So that means if you're vulnerable, you can then take advantage of someone else who's vulnerable. Or is that just a get out of jail free
Someone that's vulnerable. I take no responsibility who gives me, and I've made that very clear. If you give me, you give me. I take no responsibility, and neither should DG. What about EQ? What about her biggest gifters?
Like I said, DG's just on the radar at the minute. I was on Misread before Misread come out. I was on Zach before that all come out. It's fine.
Can I just say here, like, what I'm doing, it started, these lives I'm doing now started before everything unfolded with Misread and Zach. Okay. What my lives were for at the start were breaking down how people are talking, how they're manipulating, how they're preying on something, how people have leverage on someone else. I'd break situations down like that and predict what the outcome would be. And my predictions for the Misread and Zach situation unfolded in front of us. So that's what I did. So it wasn't set up to come after DG or just DG. That wasn't it. I've talked about numerous creators since I've set this up. It just so happens that this DG situation has caught traction. That's the difference.
Well, it just seems one-sided to me.
It's one-sided at the minute because at the minute DG's on the top of the list.
But why? I'm not number one though. I'm not number one. So I'm not even close to number one. So why was I the first pick? Because of the amount of people. That's what it is. Because I have a big platform.
Do stuff in the past that doesn't then just get wiped away because we're in a new week. Do you understand that? Do you understand how many lives you probably destroyed in the last 6 months by doing all this leaderboard shit, by getting people in these groups? Do you understand that?
I think again, there's nothing anyone can do about this. There's nothing anyone can do to stop these creators doing it. And some of them are doing it unknowingly, but they are ruining lives. They are ruining. Every week you were doing these battles, like for hours, constantly doing battles every day. Someone at the end of that week is not in a good place. And it's not the creator. And as I say, a lot of creators are doing it unknowingly. But again, there are creators which know how to play the game, use manipulation tactics, or don't actually help a situation when they see it. Okay, so if you're in it and you're from DG's side, I understand that you're going to be pro DG because you might think DG's correct or DG's the best, and you might be anti-me, or you might be pro-me and anti-DG. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Okay, so say what you want, when you want. You don't need me to tell you to do that. But whatever you're saying is not going to change what I'm going to do. If you're pro-me, thanks. If you're not, it's what it is. Have your opinion and stay if you want to stay. If not, then it's what it is, isn't it? But I'm still going to be doing this. That's how awareness works. Okay?
Can I, in 6 months?
You've got people gifting you like 200 quid, 300 quid in an evening. And the sat
What's
there.
it to DG? It's TikTok. Go and complain to TikTok because they're app.
See that. Angie, I don't know how you've got this position up here because I wouldn't normally be speaking to you. I don't get it. I've only jumped up because of what's going on. I wouldn't normally have a conversation with you. I don't believe in your morals or anything.
Give it 6 months and this kamikaze will be raking it into.
No, not going to happen.
Exactly that. He only.
I understand Angie's situation. I understand Angie's. Is it Angie? Angie's gone through a bad time. All right, Angie's been on the vulnerable side of manipulation. Angie's been on the side of someone behind her, above her, pulling strings. Maybe she still has that going on in the background. We don't know, but that's a different matter for a different time, and we will go on to that. But what it is now is protecting these people who are vulnerable gifters. That's it. So I understand, I acknowledge that there's manipulation, leverage, bullying behind the scenes going on. You say this or this happens, you say this or I show people this. I understand that's going on. Okay? I'm not putting DG in that bracket, but I know Angie's fell victim to this. Okay, so I'm limited on how many things I can go at one time. But just know I am aware of Angie's situation. I'm aware of numerous people's situation. But at this moment in time, I need to do one thing at a time. By all means, if anyone else wants to help or do your own thing, you don't even have to mention my name. I'm merely shining a light on something. Do your own thing. Go after the people who are doing whatever to people behind the scenes. But again, it has to be one thing at a time.
He wants a platform because everyone was bored of listening to sat on his couch with a telly with a thing on a box screen going.
This is all you can do to flex when as soon as someone comes out.
Boom! J-Crew!
It's just embarrassing at this point, G-String. It's just embarrassing.
Angie's is G-Crew vulnerable then? Because he was doing a live.
Yeah, exactly.
So, DG, are you taking advantage of G-Crew now, or what?
Yeah, everybody.
He's openly saying he's vulnerable, DG. Listen to the point. G-Crew is posting videos about being vulnerable, and he's just sent you almost £800. What have you got to say for yourself?
The G-Crew sits and he powers himself. So what's the difference?
So they're trying to clutch at anything. I love it because, as I say, listen, we've all started here trying to grab a name, and you're trying to grab your name, and I respect it, but you've got to remember once all this sort of goes, you're not going to get what you want from this. Trust me.
Yeah, but I don't make my money on TikTok. Do you understand?
No,
that? I don't need to come on here to grow.
We've all said this.
But the difference is,
I've done exposing the bags. Stuff
the difference is, you was a low level painter. So this is a level up to you. So you can't jump off this now because you're getting too much in your lives.
I can do whatever I like.
Your life's revolving around this now. Mine isn't. I'm literally just doing this to bring awareness to what's going on in it. That's it. Yeah. As simple as that. So you can say I fall off. If I fell off, quotation marks, next week, what am I falling off from?
You never fell on.
What am I falling off from? I'm not financially falling off, am I?
Right. What DG's trying to say here is that basically that after the momentum's gone, which could be 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6, my views are gonna drop, and then I'm gonna leave the app, or things aren't gonna be the same. Yes, my views are gonna drop. Is this a current topic of today? Yes, it is. Are my views going to be the same tomorrow? No, they're not. But it's not going to stop me doing what I'm doing. Like, if the only way you're going to put me down or put whatever's going on down is by saying that if the views drop, you're done, you're going to fall off, or you've never been on. I'm not on here as a job. This is not a job. People can say you've been doing this Carl thing for 2 years now. And yeah, I go live in the evening. Don't do it anymore, but I used to go live in the evenings. I used to be on for 4 or 5 hours in the evening. I didn't make any money off it. Didn't make any money. 2 years of my life, no money. 4 years I've been on the app, no money. So it doesn't make any sense. I'm not here for the same clout which you creators are thinking, I'm not on here for the clout, which you gifters are thinking I'm here for. Or the people just hating or have any opinion you want, I'm not here for the same clout which these guys are here for.
My views, but what
You fell on.
So that'll benefit you
Yeah.
then, won't it? If less people are watching me, less people are hearing the truth. It's what it is, isn't it? So it works. That's how the app works. So just keep going for the leaderboard. Do what you're doing. G Crew, keep sending him stuff. It's all right. All right, pay.
I know it is. I know it is exactly that. No one's. It's yeah.
Come across. Do you have
I
your
have
gifts on when you
just
go
before I
live?
move forward, because I've seen two people in the comments with I am highlighting what gift level they are. I'm not going to mention what name they are, but there's two people in the comments which are obviously pro DG, which is fine. Be pro whatever. If you think DG's correct or DG's doing everything correctly, then just it's what it is, isn't it? It's your opinion on it. But if you are level 40, okay, and you think you have a good relationship or friendship with this person, this creator, I please set a new account up and join the live. Join the live with a level 2 account, okay, and see if the same energy is there when they speak to you. See if they big you up when you come in. Just you don't have to do it, obviously, you don't have to do anything, but if you want to see one side of manipulation or one side of taking advantage of people, set a new account up and just join the live. I get that maybe you've got a friendship so he knows who you are, but try it with a different creator. Go in with your level 40 account and see how much they ask you, alright, how's it going? And then come out, change your account, new one, level 1 gifter, and jump in. See if the same energy's there.
Yeah.
There you go. So
He's not against gifts. He's against
There you go.
vulnerable people being taken advantage of and manipulated into gifting. You're not listening, Angie. He's not against gifts.
I have not got my
Someone
gifts
sends
on.
me a fucking rose. Okay,
Everyone
I don't have to do. I don't have to do a welfare check on that person because they've sent me a penny gift. Do I? I don't have to message him and say, "Is everything all right?" When I see the profile picture and they've got like a kid's birthday going on and the kid's got like nothing. I don't have to say, "Is everything all right?" Do I? If someone's sending like 200, 300 quid at a time and it's the same thing, it's a bit of difference in there.
Okay, well, I sent EQ 2 lions once.
Someone saying about me having my gifts on 2 days ago. I've only got my gifts turned off for this live because I don't think it's appropriate for me to have my gifts on talking about vulnerable gifters. I don't think this is an appropriate time to capitalise on what's going on. So yes, 2 days I had my gifts on. Moving forward, will I have my gifts on? Probably, yeah. Am I going to do the leaderboards? No. Am I going to get hundreds of pounds sent? No. But the gifts are going to be on. I am not, as I keep saying from the start, I'm not anti-gift. I'm anti taking advantage of vulnerable people. Okay? Fred, I can see what comments you're doing and you keep putting like these, I don't even know how to explain what they are, but without you knowing it, I'm trying to help people like you. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you're buying friendship. Okay? You're buying friendship and that is an issue.
Well, that's 600 quid. She didn't message me to see if I'm okay.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. So
What's the difference?
do you feel you were taken advantage of? Were you vulnerable?
No, but I don't think DG manipulates people to get gifts either.
But you've just used it as an
Well, I was just saying,
example.
contact me to say, well, that's 600 quid. Are you okay?
So you're bringing it up as if it was an issue for you to send that. So is everything all right at home? Can you afford to send 600 quid to someone?
Well, yes. I wouldn't have sent it otherwise.
But this is the thing.
EQ doesn't know that.
You're using your head thinking, I would have done it otherwise. There's people who aren't.
But this is the whole point of the game.
I do know that, Angie. I know you've done leaderboard. I know you're financially stable. So why would I have to message you? Because I know you. You were on the app together, so we know each other. So that's a difference again.
I think, I'm not going to lie, listen,
he's not against gifts.
Everyone manipulates on TikTok.
So this is what I'm saying. Your whole argument falls apart, right? Because no matter what, you still have your gifts on. So what you're saying is you're happy to take the money, but whether it's how or you're saying I manipulate. Well, I do hope to see the proof. I really do, honestly. But what I'm saying is you're sat there with your gifts on, which means this same vulnerable person, could be gifting you, and just because you're not in a battle or just because you're not doing it, they're still gifting you, and just because it's a higher amount of money than roses. So what you're saying is you've got a problem with people who gift big amounts, and just because you get roses, you're gutted about it. That's what it sounds like.
No, you're twisting it. That's not what the problem is. The problem is people who can't afford or aren't in the right mind frame to send these big gifts here. And you're saying, oh, you've got a boxing glove, stick the boxing glove up. Come on, we can do it. MVP this, MVP that. It's just pushy. Too pushy.
Yeah, but nobody has to gift, right? And TikTok can put a glove there, so I can't ask for a glove.
People who are vulnerable don't need to be asked, do they? They don't need to be told, stop it. They don't need to be told, do this. They do it because they're getting something off the back of it. It might be attention or something. You might be love bombing them in the background. I don't know. Something like that.
I've got unis. I said put the gloves down. I said get unis. They could be vulnerable. I don't know. That's £300 or £400. It's part of the game. It's TikTok.
Thank you for admitting.
So what Angie's saying now, this isn't going after Angie or anything. I'm just merely shedding light on what she said. It's part of the game. It's TikTok. Yeah, it's part of the game. Yes, it's TikTok, but that does not mean it's correct. And if you say just because the app is allowing this to happen, TikTok is allowing it to happen, that doesn't give you a pass to then jump on it and do it, does it? If there's an environment which is morally incorrect doing something, and it's the environment's problem, that doesn't mean you then jump in that environment and take advantage of the problem. And when it gets brought up, you say, "Oh, well, talk to TikTok. Talk to TikTok." I had someone come up later on telling me to do a petition, do a paper petition, and go to TikTok headquarters instead of going on a live in front of 8,000 people or 1,500 people and bringing awareness. I should go to a company which clearly doesn't care about the issue. Like I said, I cannot do anything to people who are manipulating. I cannot stop manipulation, okay? I can't stop what's going on behind the scenes, the leverage, the narcissists which are playing each other. I can't stop any of this. I'm not looking at these people at the top. I'm looking at the people at the bottom which are getting shat on. The people who are getting rained on every day, who don't have a voice. That is who I'm trying to help. I understand I can't do anything apart from that.
And then Angie, so you're just verifying what he's saying by admitting it, so there's a problem on this app, isn't there? Which is what he's raising awareness about.
It's TikTok, right? It's their app.
The awareness will be raised because clearly you're agreeing that there
I will be
people who are gifting. So
onto Diadro, don't worry about that in the comments.
Maybe
I'm sure you don't want gifts off vulnerable people, neither do I.
Also, Karma Kaz, just be careful showing messages because I hope you know the laws change and you can get yourself into trouble.
Please explain to me in what way I can get myself in trouble if a victim comes forward and says, please, can you show this?
Okay, well, there was a lady on here the other day saying that apparently if you do that,
it must be
it's
true.
now against the law to show messages that people have sent to you.
Now, this lady's come in with the best intentions. Okay, she's not sticking up for anyone. She's not on any side. She's just bringing up that she's heard that there's a law that you can't show a message online to a broader audience. which, to be honest, I haven't looked into. But even if there was a law where you could not show evidence of someone who had been manipulated or preyed on, then that law would not stop me showing it. Just for everyone to understand that law would not stop me. Okay, I'm law abiding in every step of my life, but that is not morally correct. So that would be one I would break.
Oh yeah, that is the thing. But I listen. I'm not there. I do want. If they give the permission, apparently, if I give you permission, I want you to show the message. I want to be exposed for this big manipulator, this person who's like, I listen. That's the thing.
It's
what's
like
the
you want it
difference?
out all at once because
The thing
you just
is,
want
guys, TikTok is a master manipulator.
But it's not going to work like that, DJ. It's not going to go at your pace.
We even have like a gifting badge. Why do you think TikTok had put that on? That's a form of manipulation. So, people you need to go to is TikTok themselves.
No, that's incorrect because you're involved in it. You're involved. What's going on? You're fueling what they're doing, aren't you? Or are you not?
Angie's being correct in what she's saying about TikTok being obviously some master manipulation machine. She's definitely correct on that. But again, that does not mean that people who are getting thrown under this rug of manipulation by people on the app should just be left there. That should not mean that everyone who's getting eaten up by this machine and chucked out should just be left, and then we just move on because it's TikTok's fault. That's not how it should work. It's how it has been working. People have been complacent with how TikTok is. People have been complacent with how it works. When a gifter runs out of money, then they're not part of the clique and they're not talked to as much, and they might move on to a lesser known creator then. So that's how it has been, but moving forward, that's not how it's going to be.
Well, so is EQ then.
Oh, there you go. Deflection. Everyone's deflecting onto someone else. Like I've said, DG is just this week. There's more people. Everyone thinks it's just, I've set this account up just to go after DG. DG's one of many people I talk about. One of many people.
And I like that.
That's it, and we'll move on to the next one. But all I'm trying to do is get some awareness out to people who are a bit vulnerable, who are smashing the gifts in and expecting, I don't know, attention back or something.
I mean, I'm not being funny. That's their responsibility. Sorry, that is. If they're going to, maybe they shouldn't be on the app.
Because they're vulnerable.
Yeah, then maybe they shouldn't be on the app. What about
again, Angie's correct, they shouldn't be on the app, but that is what awareness is for. So there are vulnerable people on here. We can't check every person who's vulnerable, okay? We can't vet every person who wants the gift. It doesn't work like that. It's not viable to have 300, 400, 1,000 people in your life and have a ticketing scheme where you're checking everyone's financial status or how someone's mental state is. That's not viable. So there is going to be, for someone to get help on here, sadly, you have to fall victim to what you need help for. So that means you have to go through the process of realising that, shit, this has happened to me. And that's what awareness does, because there's people still in that situation who are not thinking, shit, that's happened to me. They're just cracking on like it's a normal thing. So, yeah.
What about trolling? What about bullying?
Listen, all these things you're talking about, we can move on to at a different date. But at the minute, it's not about trolling and it's not about any of the other things, is it? It's about vulnerable people sending too much money, which they can't afford, to creators. That's what it's about at the minute. And
are you going to do evil queen
DG,
next?
I'm not on here to try and take your account down. I'm not on here to try and ruin
EQ's been number one many times. Are you going to do
Why
EQ?
is everyone pushing it onto me? What's going on?
No, I want to know if he is going to go on to EQ because you set a target before you go.
Well, everyone on this app is like, "What about EQ? What about EQ? Talk about yourselves."
I want to ask a question. So
that's one of the problems we get here. Is yes, Evil Queen has done wrong. Okay, we understand that, but that doesn't overshadow what other creators have done. So moving forward, you can't use the card that, but Evil Queen's done something wrong, or why aren't you going for this person? Why aren't you going for that person? Because it's you at the minute, that's why. Because it's you. Okay, if you say, well, this person's doing it, you are deflecting. You're deflecting. Or you're saying, well, it's fine because this person's doing it. Whatever your mentality is in the moment you say, well, they've done that, it's not correct to do that. It's not correct. What should have happened at the end of this live, whether images come out of the messages which have been sent to people or not, these bigger creators, instead of ganging up or calling me out on something or my affiliation with Evil Queen, why didn't you just go live as normal and then just say, listen, if anyone's vulnerable from what happened today, come forward, or just give some advice on how not to gift irresponsibly. That would have been all right. I seen a guy, I've never seen him before on the app until today. Someone tagged me in his video, Chester or something. I don't know anything about him. He's never popped up on my radar. But he did a video today. It was shortly after this live, and it was saying that if there are any people who gift him, that just basically bringing awareness to there are vulnerable people around, and if you are vulnerable, you might not know you're vulnerable in the moment, but it's not normal to send this amount. Okay, it's not normal to gift for friendship. It's not normal to be put in a group of people who all have a certain gifter level, because that's isolating. That's isolating a group of people which you can monetize or profit from. Okay, you're taking a group of people out of the general public and putting them to one side, and you're picking the cash from that point. That's not normal. It's not normal to be in that kind of group.
Pounds me twice a week.
You're live and say until it's completed we're not starting, so you're pushing people to send you them gifts to start your live. So are you going to then next week, are you going to do this exposure and on EQ Mama Kaz, Karma Kaz, sorry.
Yeah, say the name correctly. Listen, everyone who's a big gifter on here.
No,
right,
you're deflecting.
To everyone who's a big creator.
You're going to do it on the EQ next
everyone
week?
Who's a big creator, I'll go through.
See.
It's as simple as that.
But I don't mind him doing me.
Simple that. She said from day one she doesn't mind.
I don't mind.
He's bound to have to talk about me, otherwise he's going to look some type of way, so he's going to talk about me. But what about you?
Can I just say this, the same thing which is happening now, I will be looking into EQ and what EQ's done. Okay, that will happen, the same as it's going to happen with everyone else. Am I going to get a big audience for it? Probably not. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It's still going to happen. It's still going to happen. But I can say one thing, okay, Diadro, if you are watching this, okay, what you have done is horrendous. You have managed to cause the unthinkable out of this situation. You've took what I'm trying to spread awareness on to a whole new level. And yet you still come on the app and still do the same, like nothing's happened. Someone has lost their life because of your actions, you scumbag. Okay, so it might not be Diadro next, or after that, or it might be Diadro next, who knows, but there's going to be more passion in what happens with Diadro, okay, because that is definitely not correct, and how he's not been put in front of a court for what he's done is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable that this guy is still there doing box battles to this day. I bet he was doing it today. He'd be doing it tomorrow, the next day. But you know what? It's fine because everyone didn't gift each other for a week. So that's it. Is that the prison time, is it? Is that the sentence that we hand out on TikTok? Is that how it's meant to be portrayed to new people coming on the app? That if you lead someone to unalive themselves, okay, when justice is served, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to get a week of shit and everyone's going to turn the gifts off. That is absolutely pathetic. And everyone who was involved in that should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Okay, you can call me anything you want to call me. It doesn't matter. You're going to have a dig at my looks. I don't give a shit. My voice, I don't give a shit. Okay, it's not about any of that. I'm doing something which is putting my arse on the line here. Okay, I've got family. I've got a house I don't want to get doxed. I've got a car that I don't want people to know I've got. I've got all these things in normal life where I could just sit on a couch or go to bed now and everything's safe. But instead, I'm doing this. And I'm getting people in the comments saying boring, this, that, whatever. It's like, all right, what do you want to happen? What do you want to happen moving forward? Should we just carry on with how the app is? Because the app's a fucking mess. The app is a fucking mess at the minute, and it seems to have taken Misread and the Zach situation to highlight a lot of things, and it's also enabled these drama channels to pick up a bit of momentum. So you've got people like Angie on the drama side who are capitalising on what's going on. Like a normal mainstream news channel, they'll capitalise on what it is. Right? And then you've got people who are just watching it and talking about it. You've not got anyone who's actively spreading awareness about it. It seems to be that these things come up as a trend or a topic. Something really bad has to happen for people to start talking about this shit. And it's not correct. It's not the correct way to do stuff. Okay? And I understand the bullying part of the app. There's vulnerable people on those levels. There's manipulation on the background of that. The people have got leverage, like Misread had leverage on Zach with the images she'd received, the messages. She had leverage on the fact freak because she sent them to him. If Misread would have fell off, so hard, okay, and nothing come out about these Zach messages, and the fact freak didn't say, well, you sent me this last July. Misread would have pulled those messages up and sank the fact freak with them. And that is what's wrong with this. People are holding on to information. People are storing information for months, even years, about people until it's trending or until they're at a weak spot and then they chuck it up and then the superhero. That is not how it works. Okay, that, if anything, is clout chasing. Okay, doing something and then getting recognition for it, then doing fuck all after it, that's clout chasing. There's a difference.
What about all of you?
I'm saying do it. I'm happy for you to do it. I've said this. I said, but
I'm
I'd
not
rather
going to
do it.
go at your pace, though. You want it all now. It's going to come out. So everyone follow Karma Kaz. 7.9 thousand people at 11:30 tonight. Be there.
And it'd be good if even just the least we can get out of this. If you did a video or something at some point, don't have to mention any names or anything, but just to bring awareness to people who are vulnerable.
Yo, Karma Kaz.
Yo.
You know, so you're the Carl Pilkington guy, yeah, bro? I remember me and you used to do battles in 4-ways, so I don't know what you're on about, bro.
So this guy here, he's correct. I have been live with Hustle on 2 occasions. On those 2 occasions, I think he was live with Ems and someone else. There was 3 other people in the box, or in the live, in the duel, whatever you want to call it. Now, I've been on this app for 4 years, okay? I know how it works, okay? I've seen the change in the app. I know if I'm doing duels with people and I just want to talk to someone, they will not give me any time unless I hit the battle button. Doesn't matter what time of day it is, 9 times out of 10, someone will not give you their time on the app unless they are profiting from it. Okay? So yes, I have been in a 4-way box thing with Hustle. I don't know who the fuck he is. I didn't know who he was before it. I've been in a 4-way box with Hustle. Yes. Yes, the button was pressed for the battle. Yes, I sat there for 10 minutes and spoke to them, and he asked me questions about the cars stuff, and I answered. There was no let's go team, there was no MVP, there was no we can hit the leaderboards, there was no boxing glove, there was no nothing. There was no nothing like that. Okay, so for this guy to come and try and tarnish awareness straight away is pathetic. Is absolutely pathetic. If he's come in trying to fight a corner, what fucking corner are you fighting? What corner is this guy fighting? Because I've done a live battle with him and 3 other people, that then means that awareness can't be spread on vulnerable people. Because I did 10 minutes of a battle, that eliminates me from being able to spread awareness about vulnerable people. Are you insane, Hustle? Are you actually insane? I only see you pop up when there's drama. I don't understand what your position was in that live. You merely got lucky shots on me in that live. Understand that. You merely got lucky shots on me. I was caught off guard, left, right and centre. 8,000 people watching. I went from a fucking hot tub eating a croissant to being on a live 8,000 people. And you come in when I'm trying to push a message to help people and tell me that I'm a hypocrite or I can't do this because I've done a fucking measly battle with you. You are a prick. You are everything what's wrong on this app. Understand that. You are fighting corners because the corners you're fighting are filling your pockets. That's all it is. You are clout chasing. You are in every piece of drama on this app. You are clinging to Ems, pretending to help Ems in the background because that fits an agenda, doesn't it? Makes you look like a nice guy. You've sat there and watched someone sink on a live, drinking, people saying she's got problems with alcoholism or whatever. Doesn't matter. Just go live with her. Let's go live. We'll still do battles, Ems. It's fine. Stick with me. Something pops up in Angie's box. This clown of the Hustle jumps up. Who the fuck are you hustling, for one? Please let me know, someone. You will never speak to me on this platform again. Ever. I do not mix with people with your agendas. Understand that. Hustle. Okay, I've seen you before laughing in the comments. I don't get, what are you trying to get? What are you trying to get out of this? What are you trying to get out of this? I make muscle jumps in later. Same sort of thing. Whenever there's drama, Hustle, I make muscle come in. Like a little rhyme, innit? I make muscle and Hustle jumps in. Da, 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 da. Get a fucking job, for one. Alright? Stop batting for corners which don't need batting for. How about spread a bit of fucking awareness on your platform? How about help a few people out who've lost everything instead of helping gifters out, building your gifter level up to make you look better on the app? How about that? How about that before you come in and take shots at me? Because I could have come in with a totally different attitude. And the live would have gone a total different way. Easy as that. You are a muppet. You are lucky you had that time with me today. Understand that. And I hope everyone sees this guy exactly for what he is. Watch where he goes on the app. Every time his drama is there, he'll sit and watch Ems drink herself paralytic every night. This guy is pathetic. This guy is absolutely pathetic. It just so happens he doesn't have enough of a big platform to manipulate vulnerable people. So he's just there for the clout off everything. Last time I speak about you, you're lucky I don't skip this whole part. Do you know what? I'm going to put myself above you because you're that irrelevant. There you go. Hustle fucking who? Boo fucking who?
Battles in 4-way.
No, you have, bro. Me and you used to battle together.
Oh, I've done a battle in a 4-way, yeah.
No,
Not
multiple.
to get on the leaderboard. I've done a battle in a 4-way because that's the only way you speak, innit?
No, multiple, bro. We done a lot.
That's the only way you speak, innit? When you do drills.
Why you not answer this question?
Yeah, it don't
I've just
make
answered
sense,
it.
brother.
I said I've been in the box battle.
The only way you'll speak.
No, of course. When you join these creators.
So what's going to happen now is Wolfpack mentality. Clearly I'm a weak link in the live. Okay. Clearly I'm a no one. I'm an absolute no one in that live. Okay, so I'm the weak link. I'm trying to push something out there which doesn't fill a pocket. Granted, it's people's jobs on here, I understand that, but that doesn't mean I can't spread awareness on something just because you do not benefit from it. So what you're going to find unravel now is people are going to join the box. People want to get these points in which don't really have any weight to them. Like, you did a battle with me fucking 4 months ago because it was about 4 months ago for 10 minutes. Like, why are you putting that out there to 8,000 people? Why are you not jumping in saying, listen, I seen you do a battle with me 4 months ago. You know, you was wrong to do that if you're talking about vulnerable gifters, but that was 4 months ago. What I want to say now is, if you feel like you are under pressure to gift, do this, or reach out to this person, or yeah, there are vulnerable gifters out here, but not once have they acknowledged that there are vulnerable gifters there. They've merely come up with excuses and deflections. Both of them. I Make Muscle's going to come in a minute. Who the fuck give him a platform?
When you join these creators.
Oh shit. Hang on, I need to turn that screen off the back. Oh, I'll turn myself off. Fuck.
Pounds me twice a week.
Listen, I'm just gonna put the live intro on while I get the next video up. 1 second.
Has she brought out a lipstick?
Oh, hang on, that's not it. Shit. Okay, it's not there. Listen, I'm going to come off the camera for 1 second just while I get this next video up. I can stay on. Don't matter, does it?
Pounds me twice a week. Pounds me twice a week.
By the way, I'm getting these recordings from The Observer on TikTok and YouTube. I think what's happened here, it's skipped a load of it. Now, we can watch what happened between Bradley and Evil Queen. We can watch that if you want to watch that, and we can discuss what happened there. But how relevant that is to what the awareness is I don't know. Should we go into it or not? I can go into it.
Chinese and a bunch of flowers.
Let me just see if there is actually another part 2. I played part 1 and there's no part 2 of what happened. There's no part 2. There's no part 2, but there is a Pearl discusses today's drama. Is that interesting? Do you want to know what Pearl's saying? Probably not. I can sort of scale upon what happened in part 2, even though there isn't a part 2 to show. So Hustle, Mr. Hustle, probed me a bit, didn't say anything about how to help these victims or these vulnerable people, didn't say anything about that. It was just more of, well, you can't say this because of that, or you can't do this because of that. You battled me, so that makes your word irrelevant. You're with EQ, so that makes your word irrelevant. There was no acknowledging what the actual issue is. And I'll go into it again. Okay, I understand that EQ may have used me as a pawn. I understand that. Okay, can I do anything about it? No. Did she definitely use me as a pawn? I don't know. When I've spoken to Evil Queen over the last 2 days, which it has been the last 2 days, she's been fine with me. So I have, from what I've spoken to Evil Queen about, I have no problems with that. Has she said bad things? Yes, 100%. Has she said worse things in that live? Yeah, 1,000,000%. We will get onto that, but that's not going to be today, and that's not going to overshadow what this is about, which is awareness. Okay? So, it is what it is. People are more bothered about Evil Queen using me, or it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Was there a voice before me? No, there fucking wasn't. There was no voice at this level before me. Okay, I am here to stay. It doesn't matter whether I have 1,000 people in, 200 people in, 10 people. I am here to stay. Okay, and that's how it is. That's how it is. Don't ever try and overshadow what I'm doing because I have been affiliated with Evil Queen. Evil Queen has given me a platform. Evil Queen has done bad things, and she will carry on to do bad things. I'm sure of it. She knows it. But she's elevated me to a point where I can reach a broader audience, and for that I am very thankful. And she will tell you, I've messaged her after the live twice saying thanks for everything you've done for me, it means a lot. It's as simple as that. So you can overshadow it, the actual message, what's been trying to put out here with that shit, but it holds no weight. People use people to get to different positions all over the place. If one person's using someone, that doesn't mean the other person isn't using them. Remember that. Without Evil Queen, I would not be here. I wouldn't have this amount of people in the live. I wouldn't have this amount of people listening to a message about vulnerable people who've been pushed, swept under the rug for years on air. So yeah, Evil Queen said bad things, but Evil Queen's maybe used me, but I think I've come out a bit better, to be honest, and I'm thankful for what Evil Queen has done for me. But that does not get Evil Queen off the hook, and that does not mean I condone what Evil Queen said to Bradley, because that was vile. But I am very, very thankful, and as a male, as a alpha male, I'm not ashamed to say thank you for what you've given me, and that should be how it is on the app. Don't worry about someone saying you're a dick or you're a knob, you only got here because of this, or you're only saying this for clout. Don't worry about that, okay? As long as you're true to what you believe in and you're pushing it, it doesn't matter. So I am thankful for where I am. If you don't like me because of Evil Queen, that's a you problem. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a you problem. If I'm going to get trolls after this, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. I'm talking into a £20 Amazon microphone, the worst quality microphone, okay? I've got some shitty lights behind me on a background. I've got a shit laptop, which is overheating now. I've had to take my jacket off because the heat in this room is so intense from the laptop. Okay, so the least of my worries is some pathetic cretin trying to troll in the comments. Understand that, okay? If you've come from DG's live and you've hounded the comments for the last, how long we've been here? 2 hours and 15 minutes. If you've hounded the comments with your shit, well done. Where's it got you? Where's it got you? You're going to sleep a bit better because you've stuck up for your favourite creator. You're going to sleep a little bit better because I don't think you're seeing what needs to be highlighted. I think you're tunnel visioned. How do we break this tunnel? For some of you, it's not going to break. If DG decided to go now, where would all his audience? Die Hard, DG till I die. Where would all them go? Is it back to watching YouTube videos on your couch or what? Stop blowing smoke up these people's arses. Stop giving your life to these people. Time is more valuable than money. Okay? A broke person, a person with no finances, will brag about how much money they've got. A person with no money will be buying the clothes which look the most expensive, the fake ones. They're wearing all the designer stuff so they look like they've got money. Real recognise real. Okay, if you've got money, you value time more than money. You value time with your family. You value time doing the right thing, not gifting constantly, alright? Not playing to the crowd, alright? Learn something in life, right? If you break away from a group of people who are going nowhere, the odds are you're going to go somewhere. If everyone fails over there and you're over here, you've got a better chance than the people over there. And that's as it is, okay? And it's going to take, what's it going to take? Another Diageo situation for someone to come forward. Is that how pathetic the app is? But the drama channels are just going to pick up on it. Hot news, right? Hot news, all the views coming in. It's got to someone that much that they've decided that their place on this planet is not worthy anymore. Because of the actions of a creator on this app, okay? Because of the actions of that creator, the manipulation, the preying on the vulnerable, someone has been sat there and thought, my life is not worth living. Do you know how low you have to be to have the decision of, do I stay and put up with the shit, or do I just end it all? Do you know how much of a corner you need to be backed in? Do you know how mentally unstable you have to be? But I guarantee she was a mod, and I guarantee she was in a group in the background, and I guarantee there were messages pushing her to send more and more and more, and I guarantee in the last 24 hours she would have had messages, where are you, shared a live to you, all this shit. But what does it mean to these creators, eh? These hustles that come in, fucking hustle, it means nothing, does it? It because you was in a box battle 4 months ago for 10 minutes. Pathetic people on a pathetic app. That's all it is. Drama channels on here. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. If someone unalives themselves again, okay, it will happen. I guarantee this will happen. If someone unalives themselves again as a drama channel, where the fuck have I gone? How are you going to deal with that? Are you going to use it as a hot topic to get people talking, discussing about it? You're going to get all the views in? Are you going to have your gifts on like Angie today, making 30%? Topic today, gone tomorrow? Is that what it's going to be? Or are you actually going to try and do something, make a movement about it? You tell me. But anyway, listen, I'm jumping off because it's 2:24 and tomorrow's a new day, innit? So, everyone who's been watching, thanks for joining. There is a message behind this. I'm going to get it up now. Before I go, it's a website called shout.org. Okay, it's for people who are in vulnerable situations. So you might find yourself with mental health issues or loneliness, depression, or you can't reach out to someone. Maybe a relative's passed away or a friend's passed away, and you've got no one to turn to. Just underneath me there, drop that a text. You don't have to tell anyone. It's not going to affect you. No one's going to fall out with you. You can continue gifting your favourite creator. It doesn't matter. You can continue being in a vulnerable position until you get the correct help, which enables you to break away from it. But everything you can find is on this website, and if you text, it's not going to cost anything. So yeah. On that note, I'm gone. I'm Karmakaz. I'm live 11:30 every evening. I like to come in with an unbiased opinion. I understand what's gone on with Evil Queen at the minute has made it look like it's not unbiased, but I assure you I'm coming in on it with no affiliations. No one's going to threaten me. No one's going to threaten me with violence to try and shut me up. Whatever someone throws at me, they'll get back twice as hard. It's not a situation where you can be bullied off an app for saying something. So I'm here to stay. If you don't like it, it is what it is. If you like it, 11:30 p.m. I'm gone.